This made people, especially Rondo, to suffer. His mother told him that many people developed a stammer when Rafa asked them questions. Rondo took a lot of time to learn what his father's job was. Rondo and Rafa lived in their separate cages, and his mother was caught up in the sensitivity of Rafa's job and Rondo's nature. Because of Rafa's action, Rondo always thought Rafa was right. He was too diminished to think otherwise. He was also afraid of his mother whenever she had to oppose the old man. Indeed, Rondo suffers because of his father's ill-treatment. Rafa skips his only son's wedding, causing him pain. When Rafa drives to Rondo's house to see Mr. Basil Mzamane, it is surprising. Selina knows that the visit is neither a courtesy call nor a friendly gesture. Rafa also seems quite cheerful in Rondo and Selina's house, which was unusual. More so with Mr. Basil Mzamane present. The two men's attitude towards Rondo's wedding were different. While Basil Mzamane fully supported the wedding and paid the larger part of the wedding celebration's expenses, Mr. Rafa skipped the whole ceremony altogether. Rondo's mother had also helped, but she had been reduced to tears when her husband asked, Who did you say is wedding? Then conveniently left town for a state business for 2 weeks just to avoid going. Rafa ruins Rondo's daughter's joint birthday celebration when he goes on an irrationally hateful rant. Selina and Rondo had invited all their relatives and friends for joint birthday celebration for their daughters, Yuna and Rhoda. It was a generally peaceful scene, with children playing and adults enjoying themselves. There were moments of subtle tension, tight smiles and loud laughs between Mr. Rafa and Mr. Basil Mzamane. Mr. Rafa's sarcastic reference to Mr. Basil Mzamane as Honorable MP causes a moment of silence and relaxation. Rondo and Selina had longed for a moment like this with their parents. The peaceful party is destroyed when Mr. Rafa is prompted to talk of the liberation struggle. He talks of betrayals and alludes to traditional enemies of the people since time immemorial, enemies of the state, clan and family. He calls them looters and cattle thieves. He also calls them personal enemies, child thieves and baby snatchers. He declares that no son of Rafa can play second fiddle to anyone's lead, nor carry anyone's passport. He is terribly hurt when he refers to his son Rondo as effeminate and spineless for marrying into the family of their enemies, poisoning the pure blood of the Rafa clan. He suggests that the impostors are smoked out, flushed out, and blasted out. Guests grab their children and leave one after another. Rondo remains rooted, unable to wave goodbye. He remembers having the feeling he used to have as a boy, where he thought of not being allowed to do something fueled his ambitions to do it. Mr. Rafa's actions cause tension in the air and ruin an otherwise peaceful celebration. Rafa senselessly beats up Rondo without bothering to find out what the matter was during a confrontation with a neighbor over his mangoes. Remembering his father's tirade reminds Rondo of this incident he had almost forgotten. Rondo had helped himself to some ripe mangoes from a neighbor's garden. He had seen nothing wrong with this. The neighbor had other ideas. He pulled him down by the leg and proceeded to give him a thorough thrashing using a green pitch switch. His mother was attracted by his howdy, and she came running out and lifting her skirt in the man's face. She called him a child murderer. The man shouted "whore" and called Rondo woman's child. Roafa then came to the neighbor's yard and proceeded to thrash Rondo with his thick elephant hide belt without bothering to find out what the issue was. What gives Rondo a very uncomfortable feeling, even after all these years, is the sight of his mother dragging herself on her knees from one man to another, back and forth, clapping and begging them to spare her only child. Rondo just did not want to remember this. He has never told anyone about it, not even his wife. He was only 8. He felt powerless. His mother insisted that his father loved him, but he did not know how to show it. When Rondo confronts his father in his guest room, Rafa ridicules him as usual. When he hands him a piece of paper, Rafa asks him whether he had asked one of his more intelligent friends to write that for him. Rondo just stands there, unblinkingly, as his father had not asked him to sit down. Rafa laughs harshly, saying he couldn't have believed that Rondo had it in him. When Rondo brandishes a gun and offers it to him, a great flood of sadness washes through his face. When he checks the gun and points it at his head, Rondo wishes that his father would shoot him. He feels like a rogue, not out of courage, but out of numbness, post of he wished his father would not shoot him and take care of things as he had always done. He tells him that he had never used a gun before and he thought his father would do it better than him. Eventually, a soft muffled plop is heard from Rafa's room after he orders Rondo and Selena out. When parents treat their children badly, the children suffer, as was in the case of Rafa and his son Rondo.
That is good. There's appreciating. That is well done. Albert, give us the next person. Take us through.